Yeah, I see quite a few people trying to answer questions similar to this on YouTube and stuff. And the truth is, that there's a lot to say about this, and we don't know your exact situation. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. Ameen here with Seerah Masters, developing the Muslim mindset for success. I've got a question for Ask Ameen episode 24. Yes, we're moving quickly now with the numbers because I'm only answering one question per episode, which I think is better. If you're new here, you want to learn about how to design your mindset, how to design your lifestyle to get the most out of the dunya and the akhirah, then subscribe inshallah. Let's get on to this question. What are some tips on changing the environment where I unfortunately commit the filthiest sins when it is the very room in the house I live in? Jazakallahu khair. Yeah, I see quite a few people trying to answer questions similar to this on YouTube and stuff. And the truth is, that there's a lot to say about this, and we don't know your exact situation. And sometimes these issues could be just, it's part of, I guess, it's somewhat inbuilt in us to be curious about whatever you're doing or talking about, right? But then sometimes it's actually an addiction. It's actually to make up for a certain void in your life, and that's when the conversation needs to get a lot deeper and needs to talk about addiction and therapy and psychology, etc., right? And that's not a big, huge deal, by the way. It's just how things are, right? It's just there are things out there that damage us, or sometimes we are damaged, okay? Just how we get damaged physically, we get damaged mentally and emotionally and stuff. So anyway, so I'm just saying that this answer I'm going to give is quite superficial, and a lot of the answers out there are quite superficial when it comes to this. That's why we need to really, I guess we need professionals, to deal with this. And alhamdulillah, there are some professionals out there. If I know of any specifically, I will put them in the description. But just know that it could be something more than just a superficial, desires kind of situation. But my answer to this is, you want to change the environment, you want to control the environment. Firstly, be busy. Okay, do something with your life. Have goals that you go out and do during the day. And so when you come to your room at night time, let's say, you're tired, okay? Or if you're in your room in the day, you're busy. You've got limited time and you need to get through it. And therefore you're, you don't get distracted with these things, right? Because your focus, I've got to do this between 3 and 4, then 4 and 5, got to do this, 6 and 7, etc. By the time you go to bed, go to your room at night, you're tired, you go to sleep. Because as well, you're thinking of tomorrow, I got to do this. You're looking forward to it as well. The second thing is, do some exercise. It will help you take some energy out of you and help you sleep, etc. Help you get that healthy rhythm where you're not staying up late and you're sleeping earlier. You're tired enough to go to sleep at a good time, not too late, not too far after Isha. Also, if this is an issue that you're doing something in your room, don't spend too much time alone in your room. If you have to, go to the library, local library, go to the park, go to your school, go to your university, go to your living room, etc. Spend time outside of that room. Do what it takes. This is something that people feel they need to be disciplined. I should be disciplined. Should, I hate that word. Should, yeah. I should be disciplined. I should be strong enough to combat myself, etc., etc. And don't worry, yeah. Life will teach you to gain strength in that department. Yeah. Don't worry about that. But when possible, avoid the struggle in the first place. Meaning, just don't be in that room on your own. If you're doing something on your computer, just put those blockers on your computer so you can't even do this thing. Yeah, just stop yourself, yeah? There's software you can download, it will block certain websites, and you set up a password. Write that password on a piece of paper, random numbers and letters, right? And give it to your brother, to your mother, to your uncle, to your friend. And so, yes, if you ever want to uninstall that software or change the software, you can, but you have to go to someone to do it, and you've added a barrier in the way, okay? So instead of struggling against this impulse, whatever it is, just put the software in place. Just don't have your laptop in your room, etc. You know, so adapt it for whatever your situation is. And finally, I would just say, you know, don't put yourself down too much, because that stops your motivation to keep struggling against it. And so every time you do it, you know, as the hadith goes, follow up a sin with a good deed. You know, so for example, every time you say you do whatever sin this is, say, okay, every time I do that, I must pray 2 rak'ahs extra. I must give this amount of charity. I must, you know, do whatever it is. Do some good deed. Follow it with a good deed. And although you do feel, what's the word? Regret. You do feel regret, but that doesn't mean that you don't, you know, kind of forgive yourself. Meaning that you say, okay, yeah, I messed up. Yes, that's a significant mistake. Now I'm going to do tawbah. I'm going to follow it with a good deed. I'm following the advice of the Prophet ﷺ, right? I expect that Allah will forgive me. And I'm now going to move on, because you need that positivity to not fall into it again. Okay, you need to kind of move on from that kind of guilt and stuff, right? Guilt is good, but it needs to be put in a right place. Okay, because what's her name? Dr. Kelly, oh, I forget her name. Anyway, she has a book on willpower, and she referenced a study where people that forgave themselves for breaking their diet, they were more likely to succeed in the diet. Okay, because guilt kind of holds you down a bit. So yeah, that's my advice for you. Again, it could be deeper than this, but even if it is deeper than this, still try these things. Inshallah, it will help you. And the key takeaway for everyone here is to, if you're in a situation where you know there's something you need to struggle against, see if there's a way where you don't have to struggle. It's done automatically. You know, like people, they struggle with saving money. If you automatically had, you know, whatever, £500 every month deducted and sent to another bank account, then you don't struggle with saving. It's done automatically. You don't need to think of it and do the action, etc. So try and automate things rather than just struggling all the time. This is Ameen, Sirah Masters. Thanks for watching. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. Thanks for watching that video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're interested in how to design your mindset and design your lifestyle as a Muslim so you can get everything you want done, then make sure you subscribe to this channel for at least weekly videos, and check out the website right there where you can download free mindset resources and look at our blog with all the articles and stuff there. Check it out, and see you.